Hey guys, Toboloco here. Welcome back to the 2010 FIFA World Cup South Africa game, and today we're going to be doing a qualifying run with Vanuatu. Haven't done much content with Vanuatu recently. I think I've only done a basic run with Vanuatu on 2010, so I decided I want to do a qualifying run with them today. Now, of course, Oceania qualifying is a bit different on 2010 than 2014 because, well, 2014 has the realistic campaign, whereas this one you can only play against 3 other teams before you go into the playoffs. So yeah, it's a bit like watered down, the experience, but of course I'm gonna leave it like that because, you know, there's no point in even randomizing it or anything like that because it doesn't change anything at all. So the strongest team in this qualifying run will be New Zealand, and then of course we got the Solomon Islands and Fiji to try and contend with as well. So it's going to be a tough test for Vanuatu, but let's see if we can do it. So straight off the bat we have a game against New Zealand, and luckily for us, New Zealand have already drawn their first match. They drew against Fiji 1-1, so this might be a chance to maybe beat New Zealand. I think that's a little bit hopeful. And of course, before we start our gameplay with Vanuatu, it is on legendary difficulty. You guys already know that by now because it is the best and most fun way to play these qualifying campaigns. Here we go then, straight into the deep end against New Zealand. I say that because New Zealand are the strongest team in this confederation. Usually they are the ones that qualify out of these tournaments that we do, and to contend against them here really early on is quite the challenge, I'd say, for a team like Vanuatu. I know nothing about the Vanuatu team or their best result or anything like that. I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments. I don't really have the stats here to actually read off of on these qualifying campaigns and stuff, but yeah, I like Vanuatu. They're one of my favourite nations to use on this game just because they're quite unique. Fava, Poida, and through ball. Here comes Narapol. Can he do it? Can he score against New Zealand? No, he can't. He's put it wide. Okay, well, that's not too bad. We haven't got any form connected with the team just yet, so of course, you know, we're going to miss those chances. That's kind of on me, to be fair. I should be scoring that. And I went for the shot, but it was blocked by New Zealand just before I took it. Not many highlights so far, but Vanuatu are holding their own and they're good at tackling, and you know, we have been getting forward at times. Of course, the star rating of New Zealand, I think, is like 1.5 star, maybe 2 stars. So they're not that far away from these nations. But obviously, in real life, they just they dominate this region, and you know, on these games as well, just because they're slightly higher rated. But sometimes the smaller teams like Vanuatu and Tahiti will qualify to the next round. It's very rare, but it does happen. Through ball. Oh yes, Narapol. And he gets taken out. That's obviously going to be a red card. It was last man. There we go. There's the red card. And New Zealand are down to 10 men. Pretty silly challenge to make. He almost got the ball, but chopped me down in the process. And of course now New Zealand are down to 10 men. Go on. Poida. He's going through. And it's saved. Great save by the New Zealand keeper. And again, it's a squandered chance for Vanuatu. They are still in possession of the ball. Can we do anything? No, we've given it away. New Zealand again with Elliott. He whips it in. Headed away. And Vanuatu can go on the press. It's a through ball. Poida. And he's tackled. And, well, New Zealand had to do something. But that's another red card. And they're down to 9 men. Is there enough time for Vanuatu to maybe put it into the box and score? No, New Zealand just too strong for us here. Despite having 9 men in the end, we draw against New Zealand. It was just a couple of missed chances for Vanuatu that really undone us in this match. However, I'm still proud of them. They still have a point. And that means that New Zealand have actually drawn 2 games. They've drawn against Fiji and they've drawn against us. So already they are still at a disadvantage in this qualifying campaign. So weirdly, we have another match against New Zealand. Usually it doesn't go down like that, but okay, I'll take it. You know, another chance to try and beat New Zealand. The table on the right hand side there is very close. Look at that. See, we're bottom, but we have a game in hand. And if we do win against New Zealand, then potentially we could go top. So here we go then. Another matchup against New Zealand to look forward to. Now, because New Zealand actually had 2 red cards in the last match, that means that they are missing 2 of their starting players. So they might have to use a couple of reserves or substitutes in this match, which means that it might be, just might be, an easier match. Over the top, Bertos out on the wing, great ball, and just another wasted chance for New Zealand to really do anything. It's been such a hard game. I didn't expect it to be easy, but, you know, it could be another 0-0 draw here. Again, the game has been very dull, barely anything happening. It's still 0-0, which is still good from the point of Vanuatu. Maybe the play is to draw again against New Zealand, so then we get our matches done against New Zealand, and then maybe beat the smaller sides in this qualifying campaign, you know, Fiji and the Solomon Islands. Through ball, here comes Naropol. And he scores! Finally, we got him behind and score, and Vanuatu have taken the lead against New Zealand straight from the second half kicking off, and Naropol has scored to make it 1-0 to Vanuatu. Come on, this is what I mean. We got the potential to score against New Zealand. We saw it in the last game, and this time we took it in the second game against them. Good ball, and here comes Poida. He's got past the defence, and I just rolls wide. I thought I could sweat him, but no. That would have been the second goal. It would have ended the game. Plays it to Bertos into the box. Crossed in. And luckily doesn't go to anyone. They cross it in again. Headed. And it just goes wide again from New Zealand. Their chances haven't been that great. Just like ours were in the first match. If we can win here, though, this would be a huge boost to our qualifying campaign. New Zealand. They go for it, and again, another weak attempt. Solomon Islands are 2-0 up against Fiji. And all we have to do really is just hold on to the ball here. Maybe press a little bit and waste a bit more time. And that is going to be it. We've beaten New Zealand by 1-0. We have done it away from home. And now Vanuatu have got an important 3 points alongside the point that we got at the start to give us 4 points. And the great thing is we don't have to play New Zealand again. You know, we can play the other smaller nations in this confederation. Not saying it's going to be super easy, but it will be easier than New Zealand. Our third match of qualifying is going to be against the Solomon Islands. This time we are at home for this match. And the win against New Zealand hopefully will give us a bit of momentum to try and beat the Solomon Islands. Don't think it's going to be easy though, just because they are lower rated than New Zealand. Both of these sides are really well matched up, and, you know, Solomon Islands could beat us. Naropol. Into the box. And it's in! What a goal that is! And that is the captain scoring. It's Poida with the goal to make it 1-0 in the 10th minute. I was trying to shoot to the goalkeeper's right, but instead it went to his left. But yeah, you know, still went in anyway. Rolls in. It was quite nice. And that is 1-0 to Vanuatu already. Nice. That is a great start in this match. It's a corner to Vanuatu. Can they play this into the box and maybe get a header? A clean header? No. But Naropol's got it. Out to the edge of the box. And the finesse shot was almost trickled in. It rolled along the floor. It's another corner to Vanuatu. It's going to be a through ball. Not offside? Good. Not offside. And here comes Poida. Good save. Can we get it? We still have it. And we're tackled in the box. And that is going to be a penalty. Why did the Solomon Islands even attempt it? The goalkeeper saved the initial attempt. And I think that's a red card for Takayama. He is off. And the Solomon Islands are down to 10 men. And, well, I get the reason why he tried to tackle. Obviously to get the ball. But he was way off. And, well, we have a penalty. Solomon to try and score this penalty. Can he do it? Yes, he can. It's 2-0. And Vanuatu are looking quite comfortable so far in this first half. Solomon has doubled the advantage. Go on, through ball. Poida. Could this be free for Vanuatu off the post? And okay, well, very unlucky. Could have got 3-0 up before the half. It's half time and we are 2-0 up against the Solomon Islands. Very good performance so far. Any kind of win will help us greatly in this qualifying campaign. If we win this match, we will pull even further away from the rest of the group. Tackled, narrow pole, and now Poida is going through. Can he get a third? He lays it off, and that is going to be 3-0. I mean, pretty cheap move by myself, but you know, you got to get the goals, and narrow pole has scored to make it 3 against the Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands still pressing, great ball, and May is out on the wing. Crosses that one in, and nothing doing there, too close to the keeper. That was their first attempt. And it wasn't even a proper attempt. Through ball, and narrow pole is going through again. It's just too easy against sides like this. And that is 4-0 to Vanuatu. When you've got sides like this in Oceania that are the same rating as you, it's really easy to like sort of score lots of goals against them. The only team that really gave us any difficulty were going to be New Zealand, of course. Fiji might give us a bit of difficulty, but here the Solomon Islands have completely fallen apart. I'm hoping that we can build on this result and beat the Solomon Islands again for our next match. And then we have 2 more matchups remaining against Fiji to win the group, I hope. I hope so anyway. I would like to get to the playoffs. It's going to be hard going to the playoffs though if we do make it, because obviously you come up against some really good teams, so we'll see what happens. Our 4th matchup is against the Solomon Islands, this time away from home, if you can believe that. It's pretty much in the same stadium, but hey, I'm guessing Oceania doesn't have that much variety of stadiums on this game, but it's fine, you know, it's still believable. That is your table at the halfway point. Vanuatu top with 7 points. Solomon Islands just behind us with 4. New Zealand struggling with 2. And obviously Fiji with 2 as well. Solomon Islands look a bit more lively than they did in the last match against us. They chip it in and a back header just goes wide of the post. But yeah, they seem a little bit more lively. Maybe it's because they have the home advantage. I don't know. Poida. Narrow pole. Poida, can he get in behind here? Maybe get a goal before half time. He has, and that's 1-0. Great dribbling and great shot by Poida. And that is 1-0 to Vanuatu over the Solomon Islands. Took us a while to break them down again, but we've finally done it here away from home. And, well, we need to hold on now. It's half time and we are 1-0 up against the Solomon Islands. Just need to get one more goal just to seal the game, I think. I can't see the Solomon Islands really scoring multiple goals in this one. I mean, they're trying to get one, and I reckon they'll get one if we are, you know, just bad at the back, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, that was a bit of a weird move. You could have just picked that one up. The Solomon Islands have a free kick on the edge of the box. Can they do anything here? Hits the wall, and again, another chance goes begging for the Solomon Islands. They've been better in this game. You know, they're not 4-0 down like they were in the first match against us, but they're still losing. Go on. Vanuatu pressing. It's Gete. Can he do it? He rolls it in for 2-0, and that is the end of the game. Gete has scored in the 79th minute. And that will be game over. The Solomon Islands were stronger, like I said, than the last match, but still couldn't keep us out for a second goal. And that is going to be it. We've beaten the Solomon Islands by 2-0. Not quite 4-0, but I will still take a 2-0 win. And Vanuatu extend their lead at the top of the table. And we've only got 2 more matches to play, and that's Fiji twice. So as long as we beat them just once, I think we'll be good. Our 5th match is away from home against Fiji. Win this match and we are pretty much qualified for the Oceania playoff round. So that'll be great. I didn't really expect it, to be honest. I expected New Zealand to be stronger in this campaign. But I think they are still sat on 3 points. The table's coming up. Yeah, 2 points even. I mean, they have a game in hand. but still, they are 8 points behind us. Solomon, over the top. Can we get there? Goalkeeper's coming out for it, and that was a mistake. Luckily, the defence was there. The referee decided to help us out as well. Is there a bit of corruption in this game in the Oceania region? Over the top. And somehow we got in behind here, and it's saved again. Out to this dude, who I can't pronounce his name. Crossed in, and it's tipped away by the Fiji keeper. We've come close, but we still haven't found that goal that we want. Despite Vanuatu being very good in this campaign, sometimes we do have trouble getting the ball into the back of the net. It's half time and it's 0-0 between these two, despite Vanuatu being very good attacking, but we just cannot find the back of the net. Go on. This guy's charging through, and the shot was a really weird one, but it's still put out for a corner anyway. Okay, that was a very strange shot. Solomon to cross us in, and it's booted away. Solomon crosses it in, header, and that's flown in to the back of the net. And who was that? It was Masavu Vakalo. He has scored to make it 1-0, and well, that's a hard name to pronounce, but what a header from the defender coming in there, bullet header into the pretty much the top corner. And that is 1-0 to Vanuatu. And that, if it stays like that, will be the goal that we need to qualify into the playoffs. Bravo for Fiji. Crosses that one in. And how did that not go in? That was a big chance to equalise and maybe spoil my party a little bit. But, oh, Fiji coming very close. Krishna, one final chance for Fiji. And it's caught. That is going to be it. And with this result, Vanuatu will be qualifying into the next round, which is the playoff round. And, well, that's great. I mean, you know, the campaign was very, very good. We still got one more game to play, but it doesn't really matter at this point. But New Zealand stumbled in the first match against Fiji, then came up against us and stumbled again, and then they lost to us on the third match, and then by then, you know, you're halfway through the campaign on this game, so New Zealand completely fumbled and allowed Vanuatu just to go on through and dominate the group. Here we go then, final match, and it doesn't matter for us, but we are against Fiji again. This time we're back at home, and let's just try and seal the campaign off in style with a win to give us 16 points in this group. Look how far ahead we are. I know New Zealand have a game in hand, but we are so far ahead. It's been a brilliant campaign. Over the top, what a ball, and Poido is going through. He has to finish this run off, right? Yes, he has. That is 1-0, and what a beautiful strike by Poido, and a great ball over the top as well. We're 1-0 up. Through ball, and again, narrow pole is going through. Could it be 2? It is 2, and, well, this game is pretty much over already. Even though it doesn't matter, Fiji have done nothing so far to stop us. Vanuatu have been very, very good in this campaign. Very good. I'm just really curious to see who we're going to get in the playoff. So the time is winding down. It's the 89th minute. We haven't been able to build on our 2-0 lead, but it's fine. We missed a lot of shots, but I'm not going to show that because, you know, it's the final game and who cares, right? We just want to get and see who will be our playoff matchup. I reckon, like I said, it's going to be Saudi Arabia, but who knows at the end of the day who it's going to be. As long as it's someone that we can try and easily beat, then I'm fine with that. I hope it's not like a big team like, I don't know, South Korea or Japan. And that is going to be it. We have beaten Fiji again, this time by 2-0, and we go unbeaten in this campaign. Very, very impressive for a side like Vanuatu to do that. But, you know, New Zealand weren't very good in this campaign. They showed that when they drew against Fiji, and like I said, lost against us and drew against us as well. So our playoff match is going to be against Iraq. I will absolutely take that. It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely easier than, like I said, South Korea or Japan or someone like that. So I'm thankful it is against Iraq. That is your final table for Vanuatu, and of course we were dominant in that campaign, only drawing once and conceding 0 goals, which is impressive. I reckon we will definitely concede against Iraq though, but that will be for the next video, that matchup, because I reckon that'll be a good matchup. The qualifiers are over for the World Cup, apart from our playoff round, so let's have a look and see how the groups turned out then. So in Europe, bearing in mind that the groups haven't changed that much, because obviously in 2010 they don't, Group A, Portugal go through automatically and Denmark to the playoffs. In Group B, it was Switzerland going through automatically just, and Israel going to the playoffs, with Greece just behind them by 1 point, and Latvia not too far behind as well. Luxembourg even got 10 points in that campaign, which is quite impressive. So it was very close in the end. In Group C, Poland go through with 22 points automatically and Slovakia to the playoffs, but Czech Republic and Slovenia weren't that far behind. They weren't that far behind. You know, on goal difference, that is insanely close. And even San Marino finished with a better record than Northern Ireland. Have some shame, Northern Ireland, for that. Have some shame. In Group D, it's Germany that go through automatically, very comfortably, with Russia going to the playoffs. Wales missed out by a point. Finland missed out by 2 points. And even Liechtenstein got 10 points in that campaign. How? How are they getting 3 wins in that group? Who did they beat? Like, who did they beat? In Group E, it was Spain automatically through to the World Cup, with Bosnia going to the playoffs. Again, we have a very close situation, with Turkey only 3 points behind them, Belgium 4 points behind them, and Estonia as well. So again, it was very close, but Bosnia were the ones to make it to the playoffs. In Group F, it was England that go through automatically and Croatia to the playoffs. Ukraine were quite close to Croatia, but only missed out by a point. And Belarus and Kazakhstan pick up 10 points in that one as well. In Group G, it was Serbia that went through automatically, with France going to the playoffs. Lithuania were very close to stealing that spot away from France. That would have been very impressive for Lithuania to make it to the playoffs over France. In Group H, it was Italy that went through automatically, with Republic of Ireland going through in the playoffs. Which means then, because Ireland finished second in this group in real life, and France did as well in their group, would that mean that it would be a France versus Ireland rematch in the playoffs? Well, I hope so. I really, really hope so. I mean, it might be drawn differently, I don't know. But Montenegro missed out on goal difference, had the same amount of points, but obviously, like I said, goal difference. Georgia were kind of close as well, 2 points off Ireland. And Bulgaria finished 5 points away from Ireland as well. And in the final group, Holland came top of that group only with 14 points, and Norway were only 3 points off of them, and so were Scotland as well. So Norway go to the playoffs and Holland go through automatically. The playoff games haven't been done yet because obviously we haven't played our playoff match, so we'll check that out in the next video. Africa looks like this. So Cameroon qualify automatically. It was Algeria in Group B that qualified automatically. In Group C, it was Senegal qualifying automatically. Malawi missed out by a point. That's very unlucky. Group D, Ghana dominating that group. And in Group E, Ivory Coast dominating that group. So no real surprises in Africa. In Asia, it finished like this. So Australia and Saudi Arabia go through automatically, with Iraq finishing in 3rd place. And obviously they won their Asia playoff game to come and meet us in the next playoff game. So yeah, okay, well done Iraq. Japan miss out on the World Cup. They missed out. They only got 8 points in that campaign. That's not good. And Oman at the bottom. In Group B, it was Iran and North Korea going through automatically, with South Korea going to the playoffs. So that means Iraq beat South Korea. That's really impressive. Like, well done Iraq. Uzbekistan almost making it to the playoffs, and UAE only 3 points off that spot as well. In South America, it looked like this. Argentina finished top of the group, Brazil in second place, Ecuador in third, Chile in fourth, and Uruguay going to the playoffs. Paraguay and Peru missing out by a couple of points, with Colombia, Bolivia and Venezuela missing out by a big margin. And in the CONCACAF region, rounding it off, Costa Rica topped the group by 7 points. United States come second, Mexico come third and go through automatically as well. El Salvador will go to the playoffs to meet Uruguay, I believe. And Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago missed out by literally like 1 point for Jamaica and 2 points for Trinidad and Tobago. But I mean, from Trinidad up to United States, it was only 4 points in it between all of those nations. But anyway guys, I'm going to leave this playoff match for the second part of our Vanuatu qualifying, just because, you know, I can get 2 videos out of it, and hopefully we can make it to the World Cup with Vanuatu. If you did enjoy this first part with Vanuatu, then give it a like and subscribe. Keep it local as always, and I'll see you again for the next video.